What's going on, everybody? This is PhDarien. I got no PhD, but depends on who you ask. I got a PhD. So today I actually want to try and show you some footage and talk about some things regarding the Navy's ESAMI course. And just from my perspective as a graduate there and somebody who's done some research into the course, I've helped instruct a few classes that came through. I want to talk about what it is, why it even exists, and then where I see other platforms coming up in the future. So the Navy has two, as of right now, they have two Small Arms Marksmanship Instructor course. That's what SAMI means. So there's a standard one, which we would call the blue side or blue water Navy, big deep blue water. So that's the Center for Security Forces. That one is pretty much geared towards master at arms, gunners, mates, watchstanders, things like that.
Your time will start once you draw and fire at target 3 and 2. Time! Peacock holster. Proceed to prone. Draw. Go prone. 3, 2, 1, 1. Get behind cover. Reload. Downrange, downrange. Peacock and holster. Proceed to the window. Draw. Find around the window. 3, 2, 1, 2. Peacock holster. Around the window. Proceed to kneel. Draw. Kneel. 3, 2. Troubleshoot. Cap rack bang. Reload. 1, 3. Recover. 3, 2, 1, 1. Unload, show clear. Time.
That is where that SAMI course pretty much helps learn to train unit level personnel in watchstanding duties or anything where they're required to be armed in performance of their duties. That is what you would learn in boot camp. You will learn from an actual SAMI. I just found out today, since when I went to boot camp, they didn't let me shoot because of the color of my skin. Everyone who looked like me in my division did not shoot in boot camp. Not one.
Nope.
At least not the males. Whatever. So boot camp now, I believe that the instructors, who are all SAMIs, all of the range safety officers, line coaches, anybody who has to go through a formal school like that must be a graduate of the Navy's Blue Water Big Navy Small Arms Marksmanship Instructor course. I was just recently told that those guys will load the gun for you, rack the weapon for you, take it off of safe, you squeeze the trigger, and then they will, do everything else for you. They don't trust you to do what they even need you to do. If you're going to give me the gun, give me the damn gun. Let me shoot the gun. Let me load the gun. Let me do all that. If you're going to shoot it, if you're going to do everything but pull the trigger, you might as well do that too. And that's what I have experienced when I did shoot in the Navy in my initial years. And then I did something completely different. I shot for my community. That went away. And recently, the beginning of this year, I went through the Navy Expeditionary Combat Command. So this group, glare. Expeditionary Combat Command, they have an ESAMI course. The E is for expeditionary. SAMI is still the same. So it's an expeditionary Small Arms Marksmanship Instructor course, and that course is dedicated to what we would now call the brown water Navy. So big blue water is where you have ships, and then the brown water Navy is where you typically have boats and small vessels like that. Riverine squadrons, EOD mobile units, some Mesron, like I think it's where you have like VBSS teams and stuff like that. They don't typically do Navy big water ops. They do a lot of the coastal area thing. So you have brown water and you have blue water, and this is more of a brown water course geared towards those people. And what the difference between this course and the other one, because I'm an instructor for both. I've gone through the SAMI course and I've gone through the ESAMI course, and I can tell you right now they are as different as Space Force is from submarines. The only thing they have in common is the SAMI part. I learned a lot from both courses. I learned what not to do on some. I learned what to do on others, and I learned where they both. I wouldn't say got it wrong, but know your audience. How can the Navy, you say, have two different courses that teach about small arms, and they contradict each other? Welcome to how the military works. Being in aviation, I, as an operator for the aviation side, I am one of the air rescue swimmers. I am one of the door gunners. I am one of the naval air crewmen. However, the maintenance support side of it does not catch up to the operations side of it, and nor will it ever. It won't. If something happens today and someone gets shocked by the aircraft, hits their head, gets scalped on the aircraft, something happens, it will be an immediate response, knee-jerk reaction to fix that from an operational standpoint. It may not catch up to the maintenance side for some months, maybe some years. Things like that happen, and there's always that battle. But I wanted to talk about it and show some footage and some clips of the actual ESAMI course of what it is. In case you're going there, you can go ahead. It's probably going to be time-stamped. Things like that, and you can hear a little bit of the perspective from one of the people who are currently going through this last course, Master at Arms. So he's a police officer, Master at Arms Chief Tyler Corbin, really great guy, really great shooter, really advanced in his skill set, and he's going to go ahead and share some things specifically about this course and why he thinks it is what it is. So without further ado.
MAC Tyler Corbin. I'm with Mesron 4. Currently we work EST, embark security missions, aircraft security missions, just throughout our whole command, and specifically Echo Company. ESAMI, once we get that check in the block, if you will, gives us it qualifies us to run Cat 3 and Cat 4 ranges for the expeditionary community when it comes to those specific qualifications for our personnel. It's more practical. The practical application piece is definitely more taught, and it's basically more of a hands-on approach to teaching the specific skills that the instructors are teaching us in ESAMI. You're getting more in depth and more advanced on your, not everything from your shooting fundamentals all the way to sight alignment, sight picture, so on and so forth. It gives you some really good detailed, advanced insight on how to deliver accurate shots, definitely in more of a combat mindset as well. The favorite thing, I'd have to go back to the practical application, definitely the hands-on pieces, to finding little minute details that make us better shooters while shooting live fire ammunition is a huge benefit. It takes a lot of the stress out of shooting that we see sometimes running our ranges on the blue water side, if you will, and it gives the shooter or student more confidence in their shooting abilities as we fine-tune those minute details, and definitely the stress courses as well. Those were, I think, a great benefit to everybody. I think night shooting would definitely be beneficial to the shooters, because obviously we not only run daytime operations, we run nighttime operations, and a lot of the shooters need to know their equipment on that piece, you know, the operating nods, operating the LA5, knowing the capability of those devices coupled with a weapon, we'll say an M4 in this instance, and knowing the capabilities of what they can do during low light or nighttime operations. I think that would be a great great thing to be taught.
Never